What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Thing Goes back again for another video. I apologize for recording it like this. I know I used to make a lot of videos on my phone before. Oh shit, my phone. I have trouble holding this motherfucker. I know I used to make a lot of videos on my phone before. I got a much better phone now, so my videos, even if I do decide to make them on the phone, they won't look that bad. I just had to do this real quick because experiencing some technical difficulties with my editing or whatever it's called, the fucking OBS or whatever the fuck the computer what I be using to record my videos and shit. It's acting weird, bro. Like on some shit it don't never do type shit. I just went to sleep, woke up, and then just want to start wigging out. So I don't know. I had to make a video. I had to talk about this real quick, let y'all know what's going on. I didn't have time to wait until like all this got sorted out or until I figured out what was going on. So bear with me. Let's talk about this real quick. So we got a new article I'm gonna go through on superherohype.com. And you already know the video is about Invincible yet again. And the article is called Robert Kirkman Offers an Update for the Invincible Live Action Movie. Now, the reason why this is so peculiar is because I didn't think the movie was a big deal. I didn't even think the movie was a thing anymore, bro. Like they announced this shit 4 years ago. 4 years ago. This was like when I on my first YouTube channel when they announced that they was making like an Invincible movie. And I remember I lost my shit, bro. I made a video talking about like how good Invincible is, how y'all need to watch it and shit like that. And then not long after that was when I decided, like, you know what, bro? I'm gonna start talking about Invincible on YouTube, bro. You know what I'm saying? So long story short, I thought that the movie was gonna be a thing 4 years ago, but I was still kind of skeptical on how they could do it because there's so many characters, the world is so large. You know what I'm saying? That there's so much story there. How can you fit that in? You know what I'm saying? A however long movie, 2 hour longs or whatever. You know what I'm saying? In the way movies are now, you know what I mean? So it's like I don't know, bro. You know, so I was just thinking, I'm like, bro, Invincible, bro, it might do better as like a cartoon. Like I always thought to myself, it'd do better as like an animation or a cartoon. It give them a lot more flexibility, a lot more freedom, and they could represent the comic book material, like the source material, a lot more accurately. You know what I'm saying? So I always thought that it'd be better for everybody involved and the people. You know what I'm saying? Like the fans and all that shit, bro. For Invincible to be an animated series. Lo and behold, they announced that it was gonna be an animated series like 2 years after that. So when that happened, I was thinking like, okay, so probably the initial report was something Invincible of media format was going to be coming out. Maybe early stages they thought it was going to be a movie, and then later on they clarified that it was going to be a show. And with all the focus being on the show and all the press and the actors and you know what I'm saying, like all the stuff they was talking about, I thought that the movie was just an accident, you know, a mistranslation, and it turned out to be an animated series the whole time. I was fucking thrilled. You know what I'm saying? I even made a video talking about how I think it's like the preferred choice to make an animated series and not a movie. Like I expressed how I'm glad that they didn't decide to make a live action movie about it. But then we see this. You know, so this is very interesting, bro, because I had no idea that the movie was still like a thing, bro. So to find out that like we got a fucking live action Invincible movie on the way on top of the animated series, bro. Like you remember what I told y'all about how Invincible was going to blow up? I wasn't playing. Now, this is crazy, man. So let me read this article right here, bro. All right, this is written by Blair Marnell, and it was uploaded Tuesday, January 26th. So I'm a couple days late, but let's go through this anyway. For those of you who don't know, Robert Kirkman offers an update for the Invincible live action movie. 4 years ago, Seth Rogen and Evan Goldberg, which we both know worked on Preacher. I fucking love that comic book. I like the comic book way more than the show, but the show is not bad at all. It's definitely quality. It took a lot of creative liberties, you know what I'm saying? But honestly, I don't really think you could have represented Preacher like, you know what I'm saying, 1-to-1 on TV anyway. That shit way too raw, bro. Way too gruesome, you know what I'm saying? But the comic is live. Like, read the Preacher comic book if you haven't, bro. And watch the show too. It'll get you a good idea of what Seth Rogen is capable of in the writing and directing chair. Um, you know, as you all know, he's also going to be playing Alan the Alien in the Invincible animated series, so that's very interesting. So it seems like Seth Rogen has like, you know, it's in a cool relationship with Robert Kirkman. He's probably a fan of the source material as well. He's probably a big fan of Invincible. We all know Seth Rogen is a big geek. So with him working on something, I'm gonna be honest, bro. I always feel safe. You know what I'm saying? I feel like bro understand us, bro. And I might not like all the stuff he's involved in or makes, but I always got a respect for it, bro. Like Seth Rogen, he a real nigga, bro, and he a real deal stoner. So you already know. I would love to have a session with bro. Bro, White too. I bet his weed probably send your ass like to another dimension, nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? You see what he be doing on the movies, bro. But nah, here we go. So Seth Rogen and Evan Goldberg signed on to direct an Invincible live action movie. However, there hasn't been much traction on that progress. But with the Invincible animated series just 2 months away, co-creator Robert Kirkman has confirmed that the film is still happening. And that's the interesting part. So let's get into more detail. While speaking with EW, Kirkman said the Invincible movie it was still in the very early stages, and he also reiterated that two projects are not related to each other. That film is still very much in development, said Kirkman. That hasn't changed. We're just taking a long time, but we've been fortunate enough to have a two-track plan with Invincible. Right now, we've got an animated series at Amazon, which is now on the cusp of launching. And then we're also still developing it as a film series with Universal, with Seth Rogen and Evan Goldberg attached. Okay, so they're still attached to it. That's dope as fuck. So those two things are still very much happening concurrently, which is somewhat weird, I guess. But there have been Spider-Man animated series and Spider-Man movies at the same time, so I think we're in good company. All right, that's what he said right there. All right, I got let's finish off the article here. Additionally, Kirkman shares his belief that the animated series will deliver a closer adaptation to the comic. Exactly what I said. You heard it from Kirkman himself. It's a great way for us to stand apart in the crowded landscape, noted Kirkman. But more than that, I think that it allows us to more properly adapt the Invincible comic. The Invincible comic will have one battle on Earth, and then the next scene will be a battle in space, and then there's be an alien invasion, and then there'll be another guy that attacks after the alien invasion. There's no way that we could keep this level of insanity up in live action, bruh. My nigga, just bro, I couldn't have said it any better myself, bro. Let's reread that again. I couldn't have said it any better myself. I literally just stated that before I got too deep into the article, bro. I just said that shit myself, bro. The shit in Invincible is too live, too crazy, bro, too unpredictable to do with real people. Like I just I got no idea how the fuck they would make this movie with real people, bro. So the fact that Kirkman say, straight up, the Invincible comic will have one battle on Earth. Then the next scene will be a battle in space. And then there will be an alien invasion. And then there'll be a nigga that attack after the alien invasion. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, like we can't do all that shit on screen, nigga. That's what that's funny as fuck. I love how you said that. You know what I'm saying? They close it off by saying the release date. The Invincible animated series, of course, will premiere on Amazon Prime Friday, March 26th. That's dope. It's coming out on Friday, bro. Now, yeah, that's dope as fuck. I mean, I could do that shit before I go to work. You know what I'm saying? Do the live reaction and all that shit. And then they ask, of course, are you looking forward to the Invincible animated series and the live action movie? But of course, I wouldn't have a channel about Invincible if I wasn't. Y'all wouldn't be watching my channel if y'all wasn't. Of course, we're excited for this shit, right? But that's very interesting, bro. I like how they talk about that, man. And you got to think about this, bro. It really is a good marketing idea to do it like that, cause you release the animated series. Cause that, like, bro, as much as I love Invincible and as saucy as it is, barely anybody still know about it, bro. Like, don't get me wrong, it's a fan base, people fuck with it, people know about it, but it's not mainstream at all, like not even close. So it's smart to bring out this animated series, get it more exposed, have more people have their eyes on it, figure out what it is, become fans of it, fall in love with it. That way, when you release the movie, a lot more fans will be on board, a lot more people will know about the Invincible project, bro, and they'll check it out, bro, just to see if it could give us some kind of feeling that we got from reading the comic or watching the show. You know what I'm saying? So it's really smart to do it like that. If it just threw the movie out there, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they just threw the movie out, bro. A lot of people would know what it is, but a lot of people wouldn't. And it will probably hurt with the overall, you know what I'm saying, reception of the movie. So I think it's smart for them to do it like this. Like you said, they've had multiple Spider-Man cartoons and movies out at the same time. Now, has argued the quality of those. If I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm a huge Spider-Man fan as well, and if I'm being real, the only thing Spider-Man I like is the original Sam Raimi trilogy. Yes, bro, I like Spider-Man 3 too, bro. Like when I was younger, I hated that shit, bro. But you know what I'm saying? As years went on, I started finding a love for that shit, bro. Like I embraced the camp. You know, you know what I'm saying? Like shit that we hated back then, we love now because like you gonna be loving that shit back then when you see how movies is now, bro. Like the shit we was complaining about back then is like minute compared to now, bro. But yeah, the Sam Raimi trilogy, nigga, and the spectacular Spider-Man cartoon that is fucking amazing, bro. I grew up on that shit, man. I only lasted for 2 seasons though. But that's like the best Spider-Man shit, anything. And a couple of video games that I don't want to name right now. But yeah, man. So let's hope that the quality of the animated series and the live action movie are just as good, bruh. That way we can have a dope ass comic, a dope ass show, and a dope ass movie. And you know what that would also lead to? Maybe a dope ass video game. You know what I'm saying? Let's just keep growing and expanding with Invincible, bruh. You know what I'm saying, bruh? Shout out to the Invincible team, bruh. You already know what's going on, man. I'm gonna be making more videos this week talking about Invincible. I have some stuff planned, bro, to get us more hype and more ready for the show dropping. But let me know what you think about this video, guys. Like, dislike, share, comment, and subscribe for more videos, man. Until next time, guys. Hope you're having a good day, night, wherever you are. Peace.